Hi everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. And let's just kind of take a look here. I've got this drilled in on the S&Ps, and I've got this theory slash argument that we're just going to essentially end as close to 2100 as possible for the upcoming monthly expiration. And here at 2060 it didn't look like that was going to happen, and then here at 2110 is like, oh my god, now we're going to new highs, and boom, here we are. And what I keep seeing this, the evidence is that the powers that be want to keep the markets in a range because they're selling premium outside of that range. So what are ways to take advantage of that? Well, I've got a couple different things here. So I've got an iron condor based on the 2100 strike. So I sold the 2100 call, 2100 put. That made a little bit of money today. Got another iron condor here, made a little bit of money on that today. Another iron condor here, made another. Same idea, just their strikes with different lengths of time and stuff like that. And then here I just actually sold a put spread, so it lost money today because the markets came down. But ultimately, I think this will expire close to worthless, or I'll be able to buy it back for cheap. And then if you're looking at the spiders, I mean, one thing you could do is sell. The idea is that you essentially 2100 would be pretty close to 210, right? So you just sell the 210 call and the 210 put for 360, with the idea that if we trade in a range that's smaller than that, we'd make money on this trade. Okay. All right, so that's that. What else was going on this week? AMBA crazy. A stock like this where you get a combination of short covering and things like that is a very unique opportunity. And I've got a daily chart here as well as a 78-minute, just so we can drill in on that. But I don't think the short covering is over yet. This is one of those things where if you check, there's actually no shares to borrow short, which means it's extreme, and it'll just keep going until the shorts are destroyed. So this is, somebody's asking today, well, what do you use for resistance here? And you don't. If you're buying it, you just got to aggressively trail stops. This is a pure money management play, just like Netflix. So here, Netflix had this big move higher, and it becomes a pure money management play. If you keep buying the dip and buying the dip and buying the dip, you can martingale yourself into a pretty decent loss. But if it's like, wow, you're going to buy this, trail a stop, trail a stop, trail a stop, get stopped out, and then it's fine. But if you take a look at this, you can see that huge volume spike here on the day. And when you see something like that, and the volume, look, so that was earnings, right? Here's a non-earnings volume spike, and a lot of times that's kind of a blows your wad and kind of one roll of the dice there, and after that you got to kind of rest and relax. Versus AMBA, where we haven't had one wad being blown here. It's just been a steadily increase in volume, not some huge volume spike. All right. Other stocks we've been looking at this week, BIDU. I've been continuing to be intrigued by this. I like that it was up today, even though the market was down, and I'm looking to see if this thing can get up to $211. And then I've also been watching LinkedIn, although LinkedIn was not so hot today. Got caught up in the markets here. But I like the idea here. Let me add the levels here. But I like the idea that it can get to $225, all right? So a few other stocks I'm watching here for some exponential plays. YY has gone from $65 to $80 from an options trading perspective. That is obviously pretty amazing. I'm watching Cyber here, looking to ramp up again. We've got this huge weekly squeeze setting up, looking for a potential kind of explosion up to new highs. And then another one here that's been interesting from the trade of the week is CTXS. It's popped up here and it's trading sideways, and then the question is there some more upside here? I love this weekly volume here, and I like that it's not pulling back, which essentially just means after a little bit of consolidation, we can look for that to continue going higher. And then another stock kind of back from the Buffalo Wing Dead is Buffalo Wild, and big week this week, high volume, very beautiful pattern here. This is the kind of thing where we could get a quick move up to $164. And then of course, in terms of the overall market, I am looking for next week. I think it's going to be volatile, but I think ultimately we're going to end the week near 2100 on the SPX. All right. Okay, and last but not least, a gentle yet friendly reminder that on Tuesday, June 16th at 8 o'clock East Coast time, which is 7 o'clock Central, which is my time zone, I'm going to do a free webinar simpleoptions.com/grow my account. Why am I doing this? Well, again, we've spent the year focused on conservative plays and consistency, okay? With the idea of just kind of eking out gains, 2% a week, et cetera, and that's great. I want to continue to do that, but I do think that we're getting into a very volatile time, and when you have volatility, you have huge opportunities. And what I want to talk about specifically is the difference between trading for income versus trading for growth. And I love the idea of why attempt to double your account before it goes to zero in 12 months or less, with the implication there that most people can't handle the pressure that comes with trying to double your account. Now, I actually like the idea, and what I found is that, maybe 1 or 2 times a quarter, a trade sets up where it all comes together, where on that one trade you can double your account, okay? It doesn't mean you put your entire account in. It means it's an option that could go, from $3 to $18, that kind of thing. How do you find those? How do you manage those, okay? How do you control the risk while being an aggressive trader in a bigger trade like that? What stops to use and win? And the mindset of an aggressive trader. And the whole key to an aggressive account is having a setup and the mindset and being patient for it and then going for the kill. And that's what I'm going to talk about. First name, email, register now, and we'll see you Tuesday at the webinar.